From the parks to the peaks, where the echoes flow, through the static, the magic starts to grow. Georgia Parks and Propagation's the name. On the YouTube stream, it's the Ham Radio Day. Call and CQ, frequencies alive, sending waves across the world. We thrive from the forest deep to the mountains crest. Ham Radio's alive and we're doing our best. Georgia Parks and Propagation, leading the way, bringing the world together every single day.
Hey everybody, AE4XO, out here at Oakey Woods Park 3761. Just out here, going to do another park activation. But while I was setting up, I thought I would talk about my 2024 and 2025 and see what we can learn about maybe my goals and talk about maybe what's coming up, you know, that sort of thing. 2024 was a pretty good year. I made a conscious decision though sometime in December of last year to kind of cool it a little bit on Parks on the Air. I know my wife doesn't believe that, but I did actually cool it a little bit. You can look at the statistics here that I'm talking about on the screen, and you can see a little bit of difference. You know, in parks, in the amount of QSOs, that sort of thing. Now, my hunting QSOs is probably much higher than last year, but my activation QSOs, number of parks, you know, that sort of thing, I think you'll see a difference there. But I have stepped it up to the new parks, getting new parks in October and November of this year. I hit a lot of new parks in Georgia. I think I have about 53 left or 55 left. I can't remember off the top of my head while I'm out here, but I certainly do have a you know, a small number compared to what I was doing a few years ago. My goal for 2025 is still to try to get to as many of those Georgia parks as I can, but I don't think I'm going to quite make it to be able to finish like I want. This year I did accomplish, you know, like I said, I accomplished the two 10 park roves, which is nice. I'd never done a 10 park rove before, and as you know, the ATOS is a game changer in the mobile portable operating game. If you don't have an ATOS antenna, man, I tell you what, you are missing out on the ability to have a rove and be quick at it. That's the big deal with the ATOS, you know, get to the next park really as fast as possible, and so that's what the ATOS really helps with, you know, getting out and getting done faster. Today I'm going to use the hiker. Anyway, but yeah, the ATOS helped tremendously. You know, I have the three poles, the three masts that I use, that I can use, but certainly for you know, getting out and getting quick and getting done fast, the ATOS is definitely changing the game on that. So as with anything, you know, 2025 will be it'll be another year of POTA, of course, but it'll be a little bit different, because like the closest park now that I have to my house is about 3 hours. So that's annoying, and you know, it is difficult then to get out and get to a park because of that. I'm just gonna go over here and hook the hiker up on this on the kiosk over here. And so making a big deal about it makes it a big deal when you have to go 3 whole hours to get to the next place. You know, that's a problem. You know, and so, you know, you do the best you can with what you have, and hope that you can get you know, to a park without too much trouble. It is a pain because Georgia is such a big place. Georgia is a huge state, and I think that you know, that it is a problem in getting newer parks and getting new places that are a lot closer. So what did I do in 2024 about that? About the fact that the parks were so far away? Well, one thing I did was I started making the decision to do the kilos. As I pull the antenna down here, I decided to go ahead and start doing the kilos on all my local parks, and that seemed to you know, start to make a difference as well, because that got me back out at the park. Even though it's not a new one, it is a significant part of you know, of a goal I have to get kilos in all of the local parks that I have close by me. So that was a decision that I made, and that certainly was a good way to start as well. So we're not going to use the hiker today. I thought I had the hiker in a position that I could use it, but that's not the case. So we are going to use the KO4FSZ. It's still one of Chris's antennas, but we're going to use the KO4FSZ random wire again. I do have the hiker random wire, but it's a Christmas present, so I can't use it yet. So we're just gonna use the regular antenna here, and bring the coax around the vehicle, and go that way with it. Let's see. So 2024 started off pretty well, with visits to some parks that I needed kind of close by. There was a family reunion in South Georgia that where I was able to hit a park down there, the Seminole Park. I also went in April to North Carolina to a meetup in Murphy, North Carolina. My wife actually went with me that time, and we had a great weekend of parks in the air, and being out at the being out at a different location than we normally would be vacationing, that sort of thing. Then after the Murphy meetup, then we went to some other, we went and did some other park roves, and then I had my big park roves out there toward the east coast of Georgia, which was really, really cool. That was a good time because those non-islands in over there in the coast of Georgia. Oh man, those have been driving me crazy. Trying to get those, just trying to get them all off of the list has been super hard, super difficult. I don't know what it is about the east coast of Georgia, but getting all of those worked all Georgia in the coast has been probably the hardest thing. I didn't do it all, obviously this year, but I did do quite a few of them. Let me move this out of the way. I did do quite a few of those East Coast. After Hurricane Helene hit, I was in Statesboro, Georgia, for a week with a disaster relief group, and that's when I did one of my 10 park roves then. So that was really, really awesome to be able to go on a 10 park rove like that. And so we're just getting almost set up. I wanted to have the CW key today to work some CW, maybe some parks to parks or something out here and at the Okie Woods. So we're gonna get started, get it cranking here. Whiskey 1, Radio Charlie Papa, 5x9, sir.
Got you 5-9, South Georgia. Thanks, bud. 73.
Roger, roger. Thanks. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar with Kilo 8 Golf Quebec, 5-9, Terry.
QSL 57, Whiskey Victor.
Whiskey Victor, thanks. A4XO here at Okie Woods, 3761 QRZ.
Kilo November 4, Zulu Victor Juliet.
Kilo November 4, Zulu Victor Juliet, 5x9 here near Macon, William.
Roger, roger. Thanks a lot. I got you 5-9 also here in West Georgia near Columbus.
I love it. West Georgia near Columbus. Thanks, and I hope you have a good one. AE4XO, Okie Woods, QRZ.
Whiskey 8, Golf Papa.
Whiskey 8, Golf Papa, 5959 here. Greg at 3761 Georgia this morning. Good day.
All right, thanks for the activation. Got a little noise on my end. You're about a 4x5, 45 into Michigan. Thanks again.
Roger, thanks for Michigan. That's a long way off, so thanks for hunting me down on 40 here this morning. AE4XO, Alpha Echo 4, X-Ray Oscar, QRZ. Alpha Delta 2, Charlie Delta, 5 and 5, Toby 5-5. Roger, thanks as always. AE4XO, AE4XO, QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 8, Lima Uniform Bravo.
Kilo Charlie 8, Lima Uniform Bravo. Hey, good morning, Jeremy. You're 5 and 5 here at 3761 Georgia this morning.
Hey, QSL, Chris, you're 5-9 up here in East Tank in November. Thanks for the activation. Have a great day down that way.
Roger, roger. Just working on my kilo, and you're actually going to be on video for my 2024 video tonight. So thanks for hunting the park, and I hope you have a good day. Alpha Echo 4, X-Ray Oscar, QRZ. November 3, X-Ray Lima Sierra, 5 and 1 Joe, 551, 5-1 Joe. 4-5, I'll take it. Thanks all day long. AE4XO, Parks on the Air.
Kilo Quebec 4, India Victor Bravo.
KQ4 IVB, that's band number 2 for you today, sir. 5x9.
I got you 5-9. If you go somewhere else, I'll get you next time. Catch you later. KQ4 IVB.
Yeah, I'm not planning on going anywhere else, but thanks for hunting me down on 2 bands this morning. AE4XO.
73.
AE4XO is 3761 Georgia, QRZ.
November India Victor.
Kilo 8, November India Victor, 5x5, John, 5-5, and you're number 10 this morning. Go ahead. Roger, roger. That activated the park in 6 minutes. So thanks again. Yeah, AE4XO, Parks on the Air. Appreciate it. I'm trying some CW, but it's not going well. I know I should probably know it better, but I'm kind of rusty, I guess. So I'm just gonna maybe call CQ. Whoops, maybe call CQ a couple more times. But I got like 5 or 6, but it just, I don't know, just not working out so good for me, I guess. I probably need to go back to digital where I belong. Okay, well, we'll see how good the wind filter does. Yeah, so that was an activation here at the park, and so yeah, so as we continue or finish the discussion about 2024, move into 2025. One of the things I want to do this year is I do want to try to finish all of Georgia parks. That really is, I think, my main goal. The other goal I wanted to do too was, and this will be a surprise to the guy that I take to the park all the time, KQ4GEC. So don't tell him until he watches the video. But I want to try to start doing some QRP activations if I can. The bands have been fairly well. The bands have been fairly well lately, so I want to try to start doing some QRP stuff. I don't know how well I'll do or if I can do it, but that is one of the goals. I did make a reservation on that new Yaesu radio, so I don't know if I'll actually buy it or not, but that QRP does look kind of interesting, and I know QRP can be a bit of a challenge. So maybe this year, 2025, is the year of the QRP. I don't know. One thing is for sure, though, is whatever I do, I'm going to try to do it to the very best of my ability. I really love Parks on the Air. It gets me out of the house. My family, they like to sleep in on Saturday, and I get up early because the cats wake me up at 5:30 every single dang morning. So I'm up even if I don't have to go anywhere or do any work or anything. I have to be up because those animals are crazy, and they come after me in the morning anyway. But yeah, so I really like being out at the park because it gets me out of the house and away from the chips and stuff. So that's always good. But so really, so the QRP, that's just kind of a thought that I have more than a heavy set goal. The big goal I have is to try to finish all of Georgia. Now that's going to take a lot of weekend overnight trips, but with just knowing how far those parks are, it's going to take quite a bit of weekend trips to do those. And that's unfortunate. It is unfortunate that Georgia is such a big state that we have to be doing weekend trips just to get to those. But that is one of the things about living here and having so many parks to choose from, is the whether or not you can get to them over a weekend or not. I don't have a lot of vacation time, and my wife, the school system doesn't have a lot of weekend like that either. So it may just take that I'm going to have to go up on Friday night, spend the night, and then come back on Saturday, after the park. But we'll see. What I try to do is, and maybe I'll show you this picture of the parks that I still need to do for 2025. What I try to do is have them done in in a region, and so I finished all the ones down, almost all the ones down by the coast. I still have a Jekyll Island trip that I need to do, and finish the 5 down there. But I try to kind of regionalize them so that way they'd be sort of a little easier to get to a chunk, as it were. The Augusta stuff is done. Most of the Savannah's done, and then I just have that Cumberland Island, Jekyll Island, Crooked River, and Sion, whatever, down there in East Georgia. So not too terribly bad. So that's pretty much what my goals are for the next year. try to get all Georgia done, try to do some QRP. I don't have a PZN challenge or anything with James this year, as far as my goals anyway, but you know, I'll probably hunt James as much as possible, but it may not always work, you know, work out to hunt James like that. And maybe too, another goal I'd have, obviously another goal I might have for next year is to do a little bit more CW, you know. Obviously I was pretty out of practice. I thought I was doing pretty good, but I'm pretty out of practice with people calling me. Now I called Park to Parks and did okay. But that's also a very much canned response with someone with it right, you know, written right in front of me, as far as what call sign and the state. And so when I was getting calls from people earlier on when I was doing the activation here, it was very difficult, and I get very frustrated. So I only got like maybe 5 or 10, and not even 10 probably, a CW total. I don't really have any aspirations to think that I'm you know, going to be a CW guru or anything, but I hope to be able to, you know, do maybe a little bit better. So I just don't want to be frustrated. You know, the worst part of Parks in the Air is getting frustrated, because you have you know, you want it to be fun, you know, and everything, and when it's not fun, it's not worth doing anymore. So that certainly is a bad thing, a bad feeling to be frustrated at it. What are your goals for this year? What are you gonna do that you know, that'll make an impact in your year? Put it in the comments below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.